Welcome back to the Daily Factor. We're now going to community news. And before we go to our guests, I just want to give you an update with regards to the Muslim deaths that have happened in the last 24 hours. Now, Gauteng continues to be among the highest provinces of Muslim deaths. 18 new deaths were reported, with Gauteng accounting with 16 of them. May Allah grant them Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah, ameen, and make it easy on their families. Well, our Muslim Stats for COVID-19 is always brought to us daily by Muslim Stats SA, and I would like to welcome from Muslim Stats SA, MOHAMED WADEE, just to give us an update on what has been happening over the last 2 weeks. So we did last speak to him 2 weeks ago, so a lot has happened over the 2 weeks. Of course, Gauteng has officially entered its third wave. The peak is yet to come. But of course, we are, as a province, as a country, officially in that third wave. So let me welcome Mohammed. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And jazakallah so much for joining us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Mohammed, we're just seeing the numbers continually rising. Of course, in the last 24 hours, it has dropped a bit. But the death toll amongst our Muslim community is there for all to see. And it's not just small figures.
It is indeed, I would say we're not scared, but it is scary. The scenario that we are having at the moment is one of chaos or disaster. One person explained to me that what is actually happening if you have to go out to the hospitals, in particular the government hospitals, the pictures that you would normally see of hospitals in Palestine, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in a war zone, or after an earthquake, etc. Those are the scenes that we are seeing at the moment in Gauteng. So, the situation is extremely dire. Gift of the givers, we know, we've always supported them, sending aid, we hear of it going to this country and that area, etc. Unfortunately and sadly, today we are on the receiving end, where they have to send equipment and oxygen concentrators, oxygen, etc., to Gauteng for assistance. The scenario is extremely grim. We've been experiencing on a daily basis multiple members of the same family passing away. An issue that probably would come up soon is how do we address the issue with regards to orphans, etc. And as we've always said, that let us not just measure the seriousness of the virus as to just the number of people that have passed away, but let us look at the carnage, let us look at the pain, the grief, etc., that happens to the families that survive and that have to deal with the consequences.
And Mohammed, I mean, when we do the stats, of course, it's stats, which means it's numbers. But these are just not numbers. These are family members. These are breadwinners. These are spouses, mothers, fathers. The list goes on. And I think, I know that your job, obviously, in collecting this data, it must be hard knowing that this is someone's, loved one. And that just makes it very difficult to comprehend and put it on a piece of paper and put it on the various social media platforms.
Although we're working with computers these days, but, say, and not myself only, but the team as a whole, and we all volunteers. And there's so many nights that we have written out the numbers with the ink mixed with tears, diluted with tears. At times we felt that maybe we should just close up, not because of what, the bad news, whatever, just because of the emotional toll that happens. And between ourselves, we hear the stories behind the scenes. Families have to deal with. I give an example yesterday. A person, 83-year-old man, was discharged from hospital after being hospitalized for COVID. The family, being fearful, refused to accept him in the home. And this was late last night. And the community organizations had to go and find this person a place to sleep. To that extent, some people have taken the virus, which is incorrect. And we need to address the issue where people that have denied the virus have created a phobia, where people have now become afraid of the virus. By putting out the numbers, yes, we need to give people the reality, but at the same time, we need to bring compassion to people to address the issue and not to deny, the facts that lie in front of us. Numbers aside, I think it's not anymore about my friend's friend that was sick or that passed away. It is now, like you mentioned, it's our friend, it's our neighbor, it's my auntie, it's my uncle, it's my sister, it's my mother. And the toll is really going to take effect on people. Gauteng at the moment is in a disaster zone. If you have to ask me, easy time for lockdown, I think it's well past that, unfortunately. If someone is waiting for government to bring in more strict regulations, you've been foolish. It is now time for you to look after yourself and your family and your area. You need to lock down yourself.
Mohammed, one final question. What is your advice for the Muslim community from somebody who deals with these statistics that, I mean, we've seen mayats, I mean, people are just, they're blindly ignoring COVID protocols. Of course, everyone wants to go to the masajid and, pray in front of Allah and make dua, but they have to do it in an orderly fashion. They have to do it with COVID protocols in place. So just your advice to the Muslim community in what is going to be a very difficult 2 to 3 weeks.
And that's the scary part, is what comes ahead in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Look, we need to be responsible, but not just responsible as Muslims to ourselves. The virus is such, is that if you're infected or if you do not want to take precautions, you not just harm yourself. So it's easy for us, if that was the case, to say, you know what, keep quiet, sit at home and don't do anything. You are harming other people. And if you are also infected and you're not taking precautions and you feel that you're going to, not seek the measures that are halal in Islam, then you get infected by it, or you pass away from it, you are going to be sinful in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not the martyrdom, this is not the jihad. Yes, once a person has taken all the precautions and medication and safety measures and has begged Allah, and then you get infected, then yes, you are going to be rewarded. But irresponsibility, carelessness, unselfishness, I'm using hard words as well, because look, I think the time for explaining to people the situation that we're facing is now over. It's a matter of acting immediately. Every day, every hour that goes by, literally, there are people passing away. And how many of the people have infected it because of the irresponsibility of other people? Yes, life and death comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah has also made it such and created in a way that we have a choice in reaching that destination wisely, responsibly, with the reward of Allah, or foolishly and as sinful, because we are harming ourselves and harming other people.
As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say, tie your camel and make sure that you put your complete faith in Allah. Mohamed Wadee from Muslim Stats SA would like to say Jazakallah to you, and please do keep up the good work.
Jazakumullahu khairan. And we thank the media for playing their role, which is the most important thing at the moment. And one thing I'm asking people to do, if I may ask, the Barrel Society, the charity organizations have been overwhelmed at the moment. If you do not believe there is a virus, leave the stats, whatever it may be. Take a drive to your local cemetery, look at the number of funerals that are coming in and out, go to the organizations, and they literally have to make a choice at the moment. Do I give my concentrator to A or to B? And it's a matter that they feel that they do not have the ability to make the choice to decide, if I can put it this way in a figurative sense, who lives and who dies.
And I think that's the scary part there. Hopefully, many people can heed the words of Muhammad and so many others who are just saying, please take the virus seriously. Muhammad, again, Jazakallah to you, and we'll inshallah speak to you again.
Fi amanillah.
Well, there we go. Mohammed Wadee just giving us an update on the stats and how the collection of the stats, and it's not just stats, it's human beings, it is people with lives, and unfortunately it's being lost due to this virus. So after the break, of course, we'll be having Petri Reddingling Hayes with your daily market update. Stay tuned.